We're going to talk about time versus money. So how do you make more time, make more money, or how do you prioritize which one? So in this episode, we are going to discuss time versus money.
Let's find out. Too many young people value their time too much.
They don't put their time to do something else.
That was the most expensive half an hour I ever wasted in my life.
Your quality of time equals to money, right? Because
I felt that my time could be traded for money.
Every day I have this thought in my head is, how do I be lazy? Hey guys, welcome back to Cafe Money. We have our usual star here, Benny, Qiuyu, and me, a donkey lover.
Donkey lover today.
Doggy hunter.
We're going to talk about time and money. When should you choose time? When should you choose money? How to use money to make more money? How to use time to make more time?
Yeah.
Let's just go, right? So first of all, right, what do you guys understand from this general debate called time versus money?
I think we got to see like the rich and the poor, like how do they value both? From what I see, the rich people value time much more than poor people. If they need more time, they will hire people to do it. If they are given one choice, like time or money, they will always go for time.
And the poor people will likely choose money over time.
Yeah. Poor people will work for the rich people because they...
You are right.
Yeah.
Maybe for me, at the start of my career, when I just started out working, right, I think the amount of time I put in my work is not a lot. I still have a lot of free time, and because I have a lot of free time, I always think that I need to use my free time to trade for money because I don't have money, not enough money, right? So I thought that at this point in time, when I'm starting on my career, I want to build out a bigger portfolio, bigger saving. I decided to trade my time for money. What do you guys think about that for, say, people who are just starting out?
It's not entirely wrong. I mean, you need to trade your time and money for education. You need to trade your time for meaningful work. I really don't think there's anything wrong. Yeah.
I think initially you're doing a side hustle. You know, I think it's absolutely fine. But as you progress up the ladder and you have more money, you need to start to allocate money to buy you more time.
So question is, when is that point in time of your life do you decide that maybe time is more important than the money that is going to exchange for?
I mean, okay, just very simple examples. Like, for example, if I can afford it, like I'm building up my career and usually doing part-time stuff. And let's say, for example, I need to do this administrative stuff, which somebody else can be done. You can go to Fiverr, you can go to the Upwork or something like that. You can outsource this simple, no-brainer stuff to other people who, I mean, it doesn't cost you a lot, you know, and you actually help those people too. But you just outsource your work. So I may take like 1 hour to settle my administrative stuff. I would remove that 1 hour from my life and let somebody else do it.
I have a different take to this though. I mean, I would love to hear from you guys about this. I feel that too many young people value their time too much. They refuse to get their hands dirty to do things. They just don't try out things. You know, to them it's like, oh no, like my time is money, you know. But your quality of time equals to money, right? Because today, if you do not even have an output of 1 hour equals to 1,000 to 500 or even 200, which is measurable, right? Then you can't really overweigh your time. You should really, I mean, you're gonna sound a bit wrong, but even spend your time loosely to explore, because you are so tight on your time, you're not exploring. You know, people are not meeting up with people, they're not getting their hands dirty to try out, say, a part-time career for fun, like networking and just doing stuff, right? And then I really do see a group of people who hear extreme advice like time is money, right? And they just
Take it to the extreme and think that their time is everything, and then because of that, they don't put their time to do something else and make it work for more money.
I feel, or for exploration. I wouldn't even say for money, because when you're young, your goal is to really explore and to see what's up, you know, and what's suitable for you.
Yeah, those in your 20s, hey, explore, man. Like there's nothing, you have time on your hand actually, and I feel that when you reach your 30s, you start to feel that your time starts to why does it? My 20s were just over. In fact, I feel that my 20s, I felt as when I was like all the way until 20 years old, I felt that my time took forever. When I hit 20 to 30, it was just gone in a flash.
It is.
Oh, that was damn fast, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you no. I almost asked her age. No, but you look 16.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know. I feel that when you're much younger, you should just dare to go out there and explore to really find out who you are, than to decide on who you are. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
So that conversation to me, I really want to stress out here is that, you only know options is good or stocks is good if you start exploring a few key pillars to know what's suitable for you, right? Like what kind of investment strategy, rather than saying, oh, because option is one of the best strategies, so I don't do other things. You got to be out there to explore. That's just my fundamental take.
Yeah, 20 to 30s, find your time, use the time to explore.
One of the biggest thing I see in the market that I feel created this time versus money issue is that people don't know how to value their own time. And it's a very big thing that I see in entrepreneurs, right? I see that because, when an entrepreneur come into the market, right, they try to pay their everybody as low as possible. That's their goal, right? And I've seen those entrepreneurs who have no progression for their team members because they don't value their personal time. If you ask them, what is your monthly salary? They say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't pay myself salary. I take whatever profit there's left, right? I think, well, sounds very Steve Jobs-ish, which is cool, right? But in the first place, if you don't value your time, that means you don't say that, oh, my time is worth like at least 5,000, 8,000 a month, right? You will never be able to outsource anything away because to you it's about optimizing and saving money. Because if you clearly put, say, $8,000, for example, when you're doing a business, say, oh, my time is worth 8,000 per month, right? It's easy to say, if I hire someone that do half of my work, I can easily pay this person 4 hours, for $4,000, right? And probably I do half, and then I keep cutting back myself, right? So it comes from really respecting your own time first. Because when they don't respect their own time, they don't respect everybody's time. And that's the biggest issue that I see out there. Yeah. Even for individuals as well, taking this out of entrepreneurial context. Individually, if you do not value your time, you tend to throw it onto others for them to do very absurd things, why do you want to call Grab food when you can just take a 1 hour ride, half an hour to go and buy that things and back, right? Which is fundamentally ridiculous.
Yeah, talking about time, I don't know how about you guys, just overall, just audience, just comment, are you usually late or doing stuff, like when you set a certain time for certain things, you see a doctor, see a dentist or whatever it is, are you usually on time, earlier or late? Just let us know in the comments. Personally, something I took a shift in my life where I started to be early for almost everything I did. It actually shifts your mind to understand that you respect your own time and respect other people's time, and that sets a fundamental base for you progressing forward in life. Because if you cannot get the base of the pyramid right, I think that is a big hold. I mean, everything you find yourself, you keep rushing for the next schedule, but if you kind of get your base right, you time, okay, this is what I'll do, next I'll do what is this, and you're always early and you're always mentally okay. You're not hey, I'm arrived, okay, let's start do it, it sets up a very good direction in life.
Yeah, so guys, just let us know whether timeliness is a very important thing for you, right? And I can vouch for Ken on this. I've worked with Ken for 4 years, I would say. Yes, I know you for quite a long time, right? Yeah. And throughout this whole period, I think he have a zero late policy on himself. He's so strict on himself on this. I think have you seen late before?
No, he's always early.
He's
so early. And I think the late one is always me and you.
I think I'm slightly better than you. Yeah, hey. I'm definitely better than you.
I will improve on that.
Yeah. But that's Ken, and then it live to it, right? And it's so important to be having a perspective of time. I think that's very important. Interestingly, Ken said it's fundamental because that sets precedence to what you're doing. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't care about habitual, perspective of those aspects of time.
One more important thing is, if I constantly meet, my first time I meet a business partner and he's late, I'm not going to do business with that guy. Yeah, that is what I do. It's pretty important.
Don't be late, guys.
Yeah, I don't even know what to add on to this conversation. If you're late, sorry. So far, this has proven time and time again to be, you know, the business owner from a different point of view. He could be, the best business owners are like you know, when I meet billionaire, I was actually late meeting the billionaire. So there was the one time I'm late.
Oh.
But the reason why I'm late is that I read appointment time wrong. So I was still like half an hour early. But we had a 1 hour time
zone.
So I was like, not time zone. He was in Singapore. So so he sat in the cafe, like waited for me for half an hour. I wasted a billionaire's half an hour. That was the most expensive half an hour I ever wasted in my life. But I read it wrongly, and I arrived earlier too. So because of that, it kind of like cushion the thing. Yeah, that I felt so bad, but he assured me it's fine. Yeah. Because on his part, his assistant also changed the timing.
Your half an hour late, that value is probably that billionaire late, right?
Yeah.
It's a combination of most people late for their whole life, you know.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Oh my god.
I never felt so bad turning up for an appointment. It was my first time meeting him.
Imagine this, guys.
Yeah.
Imagine we do a meet and greet next time. And we charge people for it, right? And we don't allow anybody to enter, even though they pay for it if they are late. Can you imagine that? We just like, you don't come in because we say you cannot be late. That would be so big.
I think everybody will be there very early, right?
But that's how the Japanese work. In a Japanese company, if you are late for 1 second, you better take MC.
Oh gosh.
Do you know that?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The crew behind. Do you all know about Japanese companies being late or what?
I don't know. I have a brother who worked in Japan for 2 years, and I still don't know this.
No, if you are late by 1 second, you freaking take leave.
Oh my god!
not,
I think I cannot
bad,
live in Japan and work there. I think I'll get fired after like 3 days.
Or another way is that we could force you there to work for 2 years, and then like you everything will be corrected.
Wow, that sounds great, Benny. That sounds great, Benny. Right.
So what's your take on this topic of time versus money? I didn't hear much from you.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, like, just now I mentioned, right, in my earlier days, I really prefer to kind of trade my time for money, because I always feel that, you know, if I have the time during the weekends and not doing some side hustling to earn more money, I'm kind of wasting my time away. So I felt that my time could be traded for money, right? But then now that I am older, I feel that time is is a very important resource that, you know, is really finite. I don't have a lot of time. So I'm starting to wonder, like, how I can use my money to trade back time.
Back time.
Trade back the time,
back
you know. So like what Ken mentioned, at this point in time, I really rather, if I can, I would just hire somebody to do something for me that can cut short my time, and I can save that 1 hour or 2 hours of doing something that, you know, is tedious and will take a lot of time.
Yeah, I want to ask you one question. Is there any task in your life right now, I mean, to even both of you, that you could get someone else to help you, which doesn't require you?
Actually, I just watched a podcast from Logan Paul interviewing Mr. Beast.
Oh, that's sick. I saw like 1 minute of it. It was on TikTok.
But it was a solid podcast in Impulsive, right? And it really got me thinking, because what Mr. Beast did and advised Logan to do, right, is to hire a shadow. There's someone to follow him 12 or 8 hours straight every day for 2 years, paid. So that by the end of the second, third year, right, he's close enough to make decision like him. So it's like an executive assistant. It's not like a PA, not a person, but it's an executive assistant, right? That means someone who is high IQ enough that sticks with you and follow you so long that you finally can literally outsource most of your decision making to this person, because he or she thinks like you.
That's a good idea.
That's quite sick, you know. So that was quite profound. So in terms of like a daily task, I cannot pinpoint, but in terms of like, because my life is filled with a lot of decision making because of my business nature, right? But if I can have this shadow who just can think and speak close to me, right? Not to fake in a meeting like it's me, but more like imagine 50% of my decision making in business is outsourced, because he can make that kind of smart move, right? Like I would think it's smart myself, and then that will save me a lot of my time. So I can't think of one task, but if there's something I'll do, I'll hire a double. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe one task walking my dogs and playing my dogs, but then I want to do it personally.
Yeah,
so it's like so kind of difficult. How about like if I can clone myself and then the clone just work very, 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 very hard, just do.
I mean, that's everybody's wish.
Then I can just play.
Do you have any tasks that, or I think maybe the both of you, the work you all do is quite high level, so you don't have those like basic administrative
Okay,
tasks.
For me right
to be
now,
honest, right,
management,
I feel that that's a very good question because I've been thinking about that quite a bit. I think at the start, I always have this struggle of passing whatever I need to do to somebody else to do. Because I'm always like, okay, you know what? If I were to do it, I'm probably faster. If I were to do it, I don't need to save that. I can save the time to explain and tell somebody else how to do it. And if I were to do it myself, basically I can save more time. But I'm trying to shift away from this perspective because if somebody else can do it for me, in the long run, I'm going to save more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's easier said than done. I understand where you come from because I used to like to take on my own tasks.
Yeah.
But I think as time goes by, every day I have this thought in my head is how do I be lazy? Like in my brain is just like maxed out laziness, max mode, you know. The reason why if you look around, like, you know, pretty lazy people, they optimize their time very, very well because they're just too lazy to even move a foot. So you could probably come with a little bit of that mindset on how do you, like, okay, so if I can move
Yeah,
this.
but I already thought that I'm already a very lazy person.
Oh, please.
Really?
You are totally not lazy. What are you talking
I
about?
seen you work. You are like one of the hardest working
You're a
person.
horse.
Yeah.
You're a workhorse.
You're a horse plus a donkey. You know, donkey, they work very hard on the farm. In
But
fact,
then very dumb.
You're a donkey who think that you're a horse.
Hey, donkeys are smart.
Donkeys are smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, donkey is smart.
Serious?
Yeah,
That's what-
just to let you know, like you know, in farms, right? Okay, although I always say donkey, but you know, when you have a farm, a sheepdog costs you about 10,000, and it's very expensive to maintain a sheepdog. Like you put a donkey on a farm, it's like $200 a month or something like that. And they eat crap, you know, like grass. And they are super good. Like they do a better job than
Sheepdogs?
than sheepdogs. Yeah,
You mean they can herd the sheep? Donkeys?
I think to look after the sheep or something like that. So
Oh,
you can
really?
actually Google about donkeys versus sheepdogs.
Okay, that's just beyond my.
So that's the history behind my donkey. Yeah, I don't hate donkeys. Okay, I love them. yeah.
This is beyond my scope of competency. Already.
Okay. Anyway, back to about time versus
Yeah. So
money.
wait. What's your one task
Yeah.
that you can outsource away? Because you asked us that question, right? So for you, what is that one task you would outsource?
I got a
away?
lot of virtual assistants to help me settle a lot of administrative work. Like for example, if I need to do company stuff, some of them I even automate away a lot of stuff. Like using, like if you're using accounting systems, I use Xero. So
yeah,
like
same.
whatever in my life I could do, I could automate. I could do. I would just do it.
Yeah.
At the end of it, right, you need to allocate yourself free time so you know, using your free time, you know how to progress to the next stage or
Yeah.
what you want to achieve or not. The biggest problem is most people are just busy being busy. Even if you're not busy, you eventually feel your time to be busy. I mean, this is what everybody does.
Yes.
So how do you avoid doing that? And it's always constantly on my mind because you know, guys, I'm retired. But if you see my schedule, I'm freaking busy, and no matter where you are in life, you are kind of like, even you see retired people also busy having, you know,
A
Busy,
retirement life.
yeah.
busy having a retirement.
The question is like, are you really that busy? Like, or are you just filling your days with tasks to keep yourself busy? Or are those moves or
It's
tasks that you do, right?
Actually, yeah. A better word is like, you're packed. You're not like busy. You're packed. As in, like, you're eventful.
Eventful, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventful,
Because busy
yeah.
have a bad connotation. You know what I mean? Like oh, I'm like, but
Yeah, because some
yeah.
people can be really busy with nothingness, right? You are busy
True.
and just doing tasks and
Meaningless,
completing
non-productive and
things
stuff like that, yeah.
just so that you are doing something, but actually it doesn't result in any productivity or anything like that. Yeah.
I want to swing this conversation to talk about money. I mean, it's kind of like a duh factor when we talk about time. People at home will be like, yeah, sure, of course we want more time. Of course we want more time. You know, like, oh, money is like evil. You know, like, oh man, time is more important, right? But I think money is very important. You know, on this time versus money conversation, right? I think money is very
You care to
important.
emphasize? I may have an opposing point.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to stand on this money camp for a while, right? Because I feel that money can never buy happiness, but money will solve away 90% of your problems. That means if you focus on exchanging your time for knowledge to build wealth, you focus on managing your money well, actually you will get rid of most of the fundamental base problem because you manage your money extremely well. So on time versus money, yes, I think time is definitely a upper hand because you are scarce and you cannot purchase back. That's why I was staring very hard earlier when they say buy back time, because you only can buy forward time more because you can't really buy back time, right? You only can make your life like freer, right? But I think money is really important because if you do not have a path, strategy, growth plan, involvement, commitment, I think that's the best word, to really focus on making yourself financially free, right? You will never get there. So focusing on money helps you to have more time anyway, because whatever that we shared earlier requires money. Hiring a VA, creating a shadow and this and that. So I know some viewers at home, especially my university kids over here, or like some of my retiree friends, or like the 40 years old, they'll be like, yeah, but I got no money, right? I mean, like, you say it's easy, right? Yeah, so to me, I think if you are at a stage where you can hustle, and we know this clearly because we are all once 20 plus and you can go clubbing and then the next day you can still function as a normal human being, right? Which I probably can't do it now, right? If you ask me to drink for one night, I'll probably dead the next day, right? You really want to, it's okay to focus on your goal. That means if you have a clear money goal, don't let people keep telling you, oh, why are you so money minded? Like you should enjoy your life more and all that. I mean, if that is your goal, you understand what you're doing, right? Like go for it. Because I spent 10 years of my life obsessed with entrepreneurship, right? And people were hating me, saying, oh, why are you so busy? Can't you enjoy life? I said, no, but I'm happy knowing that I'm achieving my goals.
Yeah, so I also think that on that point, right, I was also thinking, at which point in time do I decide to not kind of trade my time with money is when I think my happiness or health is being compromised. Because I'm like working so hard and spending a lot of time. It may not be work, it could be something that I dislike, I don't like to do, that it resulted in me being unhappy. So that is when I will stop trading my time for money. If I were to spend the time, the best is, right, you spend your time doing something you're happy and you earn money. That's the best thing that can happen.
Yeah, I do know friends that work really very hard, but they're happy doing their work. So I mean that's fine.
No, but what's wrong, right? Yeah.
That's
your point.
Yeah, on the point of money. Okay, on the other spectrum of money, you cannot treat money as your everything. I mean, yes, money is important. Yeah, trust me. Without money is like is miserable. All right. But then again, a lot of money doesn't mean that you are happy. You talk to billionaires, you talk to like hundreds of millions of people with that kind of net worth. It doesn't buy them happiness.
Yeah, I think a lot of research has also shown, right, like the level of happiness you can get for the salary that you earn. Probably earning about 3,000-4,000 gets you the most amount of happiness, and after that, earning more just doesn't really give you that.
It's a real research. What you
it is a real research.
Paper that tracks happiness level based on income.
With your income, right?
I think plateau at 5 or something, at 4,
I think
5,
4, 3 or 4. I can't really remember the exact figure, right? But basically, the more you earn, passing that point of money, right? Actually, it doesn't buy you even more happiness. So I think I agree with you what Ken is saying.
Yeah. To illustrate this, also I have a story to tell you guys. Again, like no names mentioned, and there was this lady. She's about. I actually cut all contacts with this lady. She's about in a later years in life. So she did make quite a lot of money in the stock market and stuff. And at one point on time, she bought into some banking, the bank sell you unit trust, that kind of shit, that kind of shit product. Those who have shitty unit trust products or whatever, just freaking liquidate it and move it to Tesla. So anyway, her stock market portfolio did pretty well, but her unit trust kind of like went into shit. So she was really mad. She was really angry at the bankers, calling, scolding, and at that age, you stress until all your hair turns white, your hair drops. And when I saw the unit trust, the amount of money that she has inside that she put in to invest, it's not like life-changing die money, that kind of thing. But she did make a lot of money in the stock market. So she put a bit here, put a bit there, here. And this is just a portion that went into shit. And yet, she took it like like it's like the whole world owns her stuff, and
She dwell too much onto the loss of that money.
yeah,
Right.
and I think you guys will know certain people in your life that money holds absolute value, and there is like you can't do that. Like, so you don't, if you are one of them, I usually just bring out the difficult conversations. I hope you have some realization that money is not absolute everything in life, no matter what age you are. As long you still have your 2 hands, 2 legs, and stuff, like you still can move. I think life is good, and it's always ways to make back the money.
I see money as a feedback, because maybe it's more relevant in my field because I'm in the field of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I mean, true commerce, right, is valued by money, and a lot of people say, oh, it's valued by social impact and what you can help, right? You have zero social impact if nobody buy your product.
Yes.
Yeah, so you cannot escape the fact that you need to have a profiting, driving business to say that you have a social impact, right? I mean, you think about Apple, and that's the issue, right? That, and for me, as an entrepreneur, money is very important for me because it's a feedback. That means, am I doing good in my business? Is my strategy sound? And if it makes sense. So I see it as a feedback, but it's a retrospective feedback. So maybe I can share this point, because what is your bank account is what you do previously. You can stare at it for 10 times, it doesn't change.
Yeah.
All you can do is to focus on this result paper, the score that you have, and what action can you do differently, right, for a new report card to come. So I guess there's no point focusing on money because it's a backdated result, because it have happened based on a past action. Staring at it wouldn't change anything at all, but it's still important to me because it's just decision making.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So I think with that we end on the note that, time versus money, where are you on it on the spectrum, and your kind of mindset behind time and money. Hope this conversation gives you a little bit of tips on how you should plan for your life, whether in your 20s, 30s, or even 60s.
Yeah, and what do you put more weightage on in terms of importance? Is it time or is it money? I think there is no right or wrong in this answer. It's just how you calibrate and find that equilibrium, right, that gives you that happiness for yourself.
Yeah, know your game, commit to your game. If your game is like Ken, which is having freedom, time, flexibility, right, that is your game, And if your game is like someone who is young and driven and want to really get your first pot of gold for your investment, right, just go ahead, People around you will always give you a counter view. I've seen that happening in Ken. Oh, why are you like doing this? When Tesla makes money, people comment. When Tesla don't make money, people comment. When he's on a holiday, people comment. When he's retired, people comment. Just everything. What's the most ridiculous idea I've seen before? Someone actually says that if you're retired early, right, you're not having any social impact to the world. I'm like, what has this got to do with like the world? You get it, right? So there is always a counter argument. That's my point. Stick to your game plan. Know what's your game plan, right? And be contented and be focused on it and get the goal.
Yeah, be firm on your stance. Don't have a half stance. Yeah, and with that,
let's just end this episode, right? And comment in the bottom below, right, to let us know your perspective of time and money, right? And what are some of the best practices you do to optimize time, or to make more money, or to let money make more money for you? Cheers, guys. See you.